This film has been made by carers who have a family member living with frontotemporal dementia, in particular those who have experienced changes in their behaviour and personality. This includes the conditions behavioural variant frontotemporal dementia and semantic dementia. We attend a support group specifically for carers of those with frontotemporal dementia in Stockport, Cheshire, and have valued the ongoing help from each other over the years. When people think of dementia, they usually think of memory problems, but the people we care for often have other issues, and so it really helps to talk to others in a similar situation who understand that the needs of people with frontotemporal dementia are a bit different. We hope that our experiences and stories will be helpful to others in a similar situation.
The general consensus of opinion and their perception of dementia is Alzheimer's because it's the most common and it's portrayed a lot on the TV. But as you find, FTD is very different. For you then, you feel lack of support because people can't empathise with you and they don't understand. And although they think they're giving you support, sometimes they're not.
And when you mention dementia, people tend to always go along so it's memory loss, it's Alzheimer's. But these forms of rare dementia that affect behaviours rather than memory loss are not out there, if you like, not so many people are aware of them.
Because dementia is dementia to care homes, and that usually means Alzheimer's, there's no specialist care for someone like my husband who can still have a conversation, but not necessarily with the other people that happen to be in the unit.
So when somebody starts to behave what would appear to be irrationally, they don't necessarily think that this person may have a rare illness.
I joined various support groups, but they were all geared around Alzheimer's or vascular dementia. A lot of them have never even heard of semantic. They found it very intriguing, very interesting, hearing all the problems I had, but no support.
So frontotemporal dementia is one of the rarer forms of dementia, and it can be difficult therefore to diagnose. Memory problems and decline in everyday skills are the hallmark of the more common dementias like Alzheimer's, but frontotemporal dementia is different. GPs have little experience of it, and so the usual questions that they may ask about memory or the usual screening tests that they use may not pick this up.
The question that was asked of me was, has her diet changed? And the answer to that was yes, significantly. She would eat chicken lasagna, spinach, and then she had an affection for apple pies. And it was bizarre because she'd never eaten those kind of things previously. And she suddenly developed this need for these apple pies to a degree where it had to be apple pies with each meal.
We were walking and I turned right because I knew that the straight on was leading to a flood. She immediately peeled off from behind and walked straight out across the road, posing a great risk for a motorist who was turning the corner at the time. Red is the colour of our car, and any red car in the street she's likely to either get into or try to get into. And we did have an experience with her getting into a car with two people already in it who were a little surprised.
It's really important to get a detailed history from someone who knows that person well. And it's also important to speak with that person separately from the individual, because the individual probably has little insight into the difficulties, and you want the relative to be able to say frankly what the difficulties are.
He understands that he's got FTD, and he understands that that's frontotemporal dementia. So the words he understands, but he lacks the understanding of what that actually means and what it does to him. He's no idea of how it impacts on his life.
There are no specific tests for frontotemporal dementia, which is what makes it difficult. But the most important piece of the jigsaw is the history from the person who knows the individual well. That is the most important thing.
As part of this project, there are 2 further films that cover getting help and support in frontotemporal dementia and living with changes in behaviour in frontotemporal dementia. We hope that our stories might help you in your journey. Further information about the condition can be found at these websites.